Welcome to our first Nosh podcast. I'm Anya Levykh, and joining me here is Miki Ellis from Dachi. Hi, Miki.
Hi, Anya. Hi, everyone.
How are you doing?
Good. The sun's coming out, and it's technically a day off sort of thing. I just a little bit of housekeeping around the restaurant, so I am happy to start with a cocktail.
I think cocktails are always a nice way to start the day. Day drinking should really, I feel, be a thing. I think this is something that people need to do more of. And if we spaced it out during the day, you know, I think this could even work with the new social distancing restrictions that will probably be in place when restaurants and bars are allowed to open up. What do you think?
Yeah. I mean, I'm all for it, clearly. I'm ready to get it going. And yeah, I mean, this one's a nice one for daytime too. It's a little bit lighter and brighter profile, so I think it'll be an easy afternoon sipper sort of thing. A little bit of sparkling water to brighten it up.
And I am actually squeezing lemon juice as we speak because you mentioned that is one of the things that will be needed for this cocktail. So why don't you start by telling everyone a little bit about this cocktail and what is involved?
Yeah, so we are very keen and excited about all the seasonal things that come in, at different times of the year. And as we had talked about earlier this week or even yesterday, I remember chatting to you about how excited all the things that are coming in right now at this moment, and elderflower is definitely one of them. I keep seeing photos of different chefs out on Instagram out foraging for the goods, and we've had a couple friends come and drop some off. I did not hand pick this, as a disclaimer, but a couple of our friends did bring us some elderflower, so we thought we'd take advantage and make a syrup out of it. So it's elderflower, fresh elderflower syrup. There's fresh squeezed lemon juice, a gin of your choice, and then some sparkling water or soda water. And so it's super simple ingredients. The only sort of prep thing you want to do is get the elderflower syrup prepared. So for those that are interested in making it, you want to make a simple syrup, equal parts of sugar and water. We've done 500 grams of each in this case, and then and warmed it up and dissolved the sugar so that it becomes a liquid syrup, and then pour it over the fresh elderflower. And you can keep that macerating for about 24 hours to provide a nice aromatic and nice little color too. We find this the simplest way. There's more complicated ways of extracting the profile delicately as well, but for the sake of at home, this is the best way to go about it. So I made this yesterday at my house and brought it down for this I don't know what this is, cocktail making session.
Fantastic. I am dropping ice cubes into my glass, and I see you've got
as well.
Yeah,
they're not the nicest cues, I'll admit. These as well. We've not been doing cocktails out of the restaurant or bar, given that we are closed for dining in, and so we didn't have any ice. So I rummaged through the back of my home freezer, and so they're sort of odd shapes, and you'll have to let that one pass.
That's okay, because I just have the very traditional, ice cubes that come out of the little plastic tray, so they're not fancy either.
But the glass is beautiful.
Yeah, these were my grandmother's crystal glasses, and I realized they're the only tall actual drink glasses that I have, and I thought, okay, I'm going to use one of these today. There you go.
There you go. Well, everyone as well, I'd recommend, because you're topping it up with soda water, a taller glass is nice, just so that you do get a nice portion or proportion of the sparkling or soda water. So grab a tall glass, fill some ice in it, and shall we get going?
Yes, please.
Sweet. This is the part I always get nervous about, because I find I shake when it's on camera. So if you see me kind of quivering, that's
got mine ready.
Nerve reaction. That Yeah, if you have a measure, we're gonna do 60 milliliters. So whether it's a measuring cup or you have a jigger at home, grab your gin, grab your jigger, and we're gonna do 2 ounces or 60 milliliters right into the glass. This is an easy build cocktail. And so,
so my jigger is a lot smaller than your jigger. So I feel like I need to pour more jiggers into my glass. So I've got a London Dry gin, and I see you're using a London Dry style as well.
There we go.
I figure I need about at least 2 of these jiggers.
Perfect.
So I've got like
a loose recipe. We're willing to work with it. And if you need to keep testing it throughout the afternoon, you know, get it dialed in, get to know the measures, that's just fine.
Okay. So
now,
got the gin.
Lemon juice, it's going to be 30 milliliters or 1 ounce of that.
Got my lemon juice.
I think my glass might be just a little bit too short.
Oh, see, my jigger is shorter, but my glass might be taller. Who knows?
Yeah, there you go. I'm just going to magically switch up the glass here.
The benefits of being in a bar.
There you go. And then we're going to grab the smaller portion again and do 20 milliliters of the elderflower syrup.
Okay.
Smells so fresh, like spring.
Ooh, okay. So mine is dark colored because it's not elderflower, but this is going to mean we have 2 cocktails instead of 1.
Variation is welcome.
There we go. Okay. Pouring that in.
I should probably grab another cube at this point too. All right.
Now you are offering cocktails with your takeaway meals, right?
We are, yeah. So we've been switching them up. Normally when Dachi is open, we change our cocktails up every 3 weeks. And so it keeps it kind of exciting and fresh, and folks can always come in and try new cocktails. But at this point, we've kind of ramped it up, and we're bringing or introducing new cocktails weekly onto our kind of take-home kits. And so what you'll get is something that looks kind of like this. And so you'll get the mix, and the mix here is filled with, in this case, some blue spirulina, cucumber, citrus, all the things that you'll need to combine with the spirit that we'll take or send you home with. And we've done all the infusions, squeezed all the citruses, added bitters, any of the things that make that cocktail kind of flavorful and unique. We've incorporated and proportioned into our mix containers, and then you'll get a smaller bottle of whatever spirit goes with it. And then at home you can make, I mean, it makes 6 to 8 cocktails depending on how you use your jigger, Anya. So you might be
jigger.
Side of the cocktails, but you're able to make cocktails like we serve at home for yourself with as much ease as possible, really. And it'll come with cute little garnishes. So we've been getting photos of folks that are making them at home, and they look wonderful.
Oh, that's fantastic. So basically all you want to do is just add the booze and you're set to go.
You're set to go.
That's brilliant.
Folks have been using like jars as shakers at home for the ones that need to be shaken, but some of them are builds and easy like this one. And to finish it off, just top it up with your sparkling water or soda.
Soda stream to the rescue.
There you go. Give it a quick little mix so that it is well incorporated, and you don't get all the gin just at the very last sip. And then if you have a little garnish, whether it's a lemon wheel from your leftover lemon, I'm using some dehydrated lemon wheels here, and I'm taking some of the elderflower. So I think garnish is a nice little way to make it really feel like a complete drink.
Okay, I'm going to slice some little lemon bits.
Perfect. Lemon bits are
Not
Lemon
as
are
fancy as
perfect.
yours.
That works.
Cheers.
Cheers.
I can't wait to try this. Mmm, that actually works really well. I could see this working with a lot of different flavors.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, it's built around a classic Collins, and so there's a lot of room to play with both the gin or type of gin you're using, and then combined with whatever flavoring. But given that elderflower is just this season, and I love it so much, I was such a fan of bottle green. You know,
Oh,
the sparkling. I love the elderflower bottle green. So any chance I have to have an elderflower drink, I'm there.
it is lovely. It's sweet, but it's not overpoweringly sweet. And it's got a really
No,
nice, refreshing sort of tinge to it.
that's the goal.
This
And you
is
can also taste
awesome.
a bit of gin, which is important to me.
I feel like I may have added a little bit too much gin with the fear of the short jigger.
Yeah,
So
time will tell.
I think maybe like 1.5 jiggers might have been good, and then it would have left me a little more room for the soda. And I'm gonna try
You can
just to
keep
add.
topping it up. Yeah.
Yeah, just yeah. This is the nice thing about cocktails when you're at home. You can play around with them and stir them up, and then see what happens. So if you don't get it right the first time, you know there's plenty of space to fix it.
Exactly.
Oh yeah, that's it. A little more fizz, just a bit of fizz there. That's really great and refreshing. So the style of gin, will it really strongly influence the drink? Like you're using a London dry style, which is actually the same that I have, although I've got long table and you've
Yours
got,
have a local one. Yep.
yeah, but it's a similar style. So how does the gin style affect the drink?
It definitely will. There's because gin is infused or macerated with different botanicals and profiles. If you're using something that's heavier in juniper, you're going to get a bit more of that traditional gin profile versus some of these gins that, particularly, I find the folks that are making it locally, you'll get sometimes more of that orange, bright, zesty kind of profile and more top note perhaps. And some of them, yeah, are experimenting with the different flavors. And you can play off of that if you have a gin you love and you're really familiar with. The Sheringham, the Seaside gin is really nice with a cocktail that has a little bit more salinity. So you can kind of match that up, and whether it's just as simple as finishing the garnish slightly different, it provides kind of an opportunity to get a different cocktail, using the same things or just with the slight variations, which keeps it interesting at home.
I actually got a bottle of the smoked rosemary gin, locally
Yeah.
produced. So yeah, something like that in a cocktail like this would probably give it some deeper, darker notes maybe.
Yeah.
Would you still pair it with, yeah, would you still pair it with the elderflower? Or what would you choose to go with that kind of gin?
For experimentation sake, I would be really interested just to try it, and maybe I would finish it with a fresh rosemary, sprig just as the garnish, just to keep it kind of bright, keep that rosemary note, but keep it a bit fresher. But you may want to do a different syrup with that, and that's where you can really play around, because that sort of thing, if you've got kind of a briny or olivey sort of profile to it, it would take it into a completely different style cocktail, but it would probably go so well with that smoky rosemary. That sounds delicious.
Well, I'm gonna have to give that a try and I will report back. This is, but meanwhile, I am really enjoying this. So thank you very much.
Cocktail sharing on a Tuesday. We'll be here.
Cocktail lunches, I am all for them. Thanks so much.
Perfect. Well, everyone enjoy. Thanks, Anya.
Thank you. Talk to you soon.